Hey, remember how to do all this. I'm RangerRob, and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living Podcast. And it's been quite a while since we actually had a podcast. And obviously, we some of you guys have been watching our channel. You can probably understand why I had a couple of setbacks. But anyway, really, I haven't. Well, first of all, we haven't had Rev on the show for a long time. And of course, that's Rev up in the top corner. And also,
I can't stay awake.
I can't stay awake. And he has some interesting stories. I was just talking with him. And also, we had John Pearson here from just a second. I'm having a little bit of free time from what's your hometown?
It starts with Eugene.
Eugene. So, some of you guys haven't noticed, I had a stroke about 5 weeks ago, something like that, and I'm getting by it pretty good. But a few things I get hung up on a word or so. So just be patient with me and just laugh with me. We'll figure out what the words are or whatever. But anyway, we thought, well, let's get brave and let's do a podcast since we haven't done one forever. And I catch up and see what's going on in North Carolina. And we also Eugene, and also on our farm. My gosh, there's all kinds of things happening. But it all started off with really bad weather. So I don't know what your weather's been in Eugene, but ours has just been awful.
Yeah, it's been horrible, crappy rain.
Yeah.
Today's gorgeous. We're sending some good stuff your way. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, we're digging that. And I heard North Carolina, you're supposed to be getting kind of pretty too, right?
Yeah, it's getting nice. We've been having a spell of rain the last almost like week every day, it seems like. But it's warming up. It's real nice. Real nice. Yeah, North Carolina weather.
He goes, yeah, it's just been raining so much, our grass is going crazy. He's like, shut up.
So, I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting talking to him. He goes, he has no birds, he has no pigs, he has no kids.
Dang.
And
well, I do got egg layers. I do have egg layers, but I don't have any meat birds.
Yeah, so actually, it's a nice way to be, though. Nice and affordable.
So, yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. But the only reason we're doing it because the freezers are so full with pigs. I got to eat my way to owning pigs again. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Jeez, we're getting kind of empty. So I just put a sale on pigs. So I put sausage at $2 a pound, and oh my gosh, a lot of people hopped on and bought some, which was really stupid because I forgot to monitor the software. But anyway, it turned out I had a whole bunch of orders, and turns out a lot of sausage got sold. But we are starting to run out of stuff here at Central Oregon Grown, and luckily we're only about 1 month away. 1 month, yeah, 1 month away from butchering two feeders, but they're really small feeders. So I may have to buy some more feeders. So
wow,
can't win. So how's everybody doing?
Good, doing good. Yeah,
nothing new around here. It's just been quiet as a mouse for the last couple months. Absolutely nothing going on. So anyway, for a quick briefing on our side, just to make sure for those who watch our podcast only, is out of the blue, just I don't know what the heck happened. I think I was watching Gilligan's Island or something. Anyway, decided to have a stroke just for the heck of it. I thought, well, you know what? I need more attention. So I decided to go ahead and have a stroke. And I don't know much about strokes, but I found out they're kind of devastating. So I really knocked this out pretty much half your body just says, heck with you. Anyway, so it's really up to nature and trying to work out and stuff like that to get the rest, the other half of your body working. So that kind of sucked. It's like, oh, I can't walk anymore. This kind of sucks. Anyway, so after about 4 weeks in the hospital, going through some therapies and stuff, actually started picking up, started to be able to walk a little bit, stuff like that. So I would say, believe it or not, we're about 80% back to normal. Just a couple motor
Wow.
things. It's really weird, but most people that get a stroke, they'll slur, they can't talk right, can't see right, maybe double vision. I didn't get any of that, so I was so lucky. And
Yeah, as far as the stroke goes, you
yeah,
really lucked out. So
yes.
Yeah.
that.
When John came over to the house, like about 4 weeks ago, um, I think he had it. I could tell when he first got here. I'm going. He's probably expected to see me with my face drooped or something and can't talk and all that. And he's like, it's like, "Hi, John." And
Yeah,
I was like,
it was
very. It was pretty. Anyway, so that's the status of us. We're just kind of each day, each week, we get a little better. I imagine by summer, I'm hoping to get maybe 15, 20% stronger. And get back. It's kind of hard getting out in the fields right now, but I have like possibly 30 piglets on the way, so it's going to get a little crazy here. So I need my body to work the rest of the way. So anyway, so that's what's going on over here. So as far as projects, really not a whole lot of things going on here because like we got shelters to build and fences to build and obviously we didn't get any of that stuff done. So I do want to put a shout out to John and Debbie. They've come over and kind of helped fill in the gaps a little bit by with the projects or taking care of our dogs or animals when we needed it. And so they've been very helpful, but there've been a lot of helpful people. And of course, hearing from all you guys, keeping us positive, we really appreciate it. But anyway, but I want to know what it's like because the one thing it was Rev was saying is you're an empty nester now, and so he says, "Oh, it doesn't bother him at all," but I bet you he's lying through his teeth.
No, it doesn't. We got enough to keep us busy all the time, so I don't think we have time for anything to bother us if it would.
I told him when it happened to us, is like being an empty nester was kind of it shook us up pretty good for about 6 years. So yeah, I was. He goes, "Oh, the empty nester," and I'm going, "Oh, he's pouting. He just won't tell anybody."
No, that's because you had good kids. Then it would it would take that long if you had good kids, I would imagine.
So, and I told him this is actually the first time we actually seen what Rev looks like because he's always got a flashlight in his face, like he's like telling ghost stories. So, yeah, so it's really good to have you, Rev. I know it's late over there in North Carolina, and I know he's rubbing his eyes all the time when he's watching us. Usually, it's dark.
I'm keeping Shane awake. That's what it is. Shane's getting mad at me.
Why? He's a good dog.
Because I'm keeping him awake. He's supposed to be sleeping right now out here.
Wow. So let me check with John here. What's new over there in Eugene?
Oh, we got lots of stuff going on. I tell you what, as far as I started mowing down the little pasture in the back, it seemed like a week, and it's up at about 4 feet in most areas over there. So I've been trying to hit it with the brush hog here lately, but I mean, it's just been raining and raining and raining. So the last yesterday I hit it pretty good. So we got a lot of grass growing, And this is the time of the year that I just can't keep up. But the pigs are doing great. They're huge.
I can't. I wish I should have got your picture that you sent me because if you guys haven't been following, John bought 2 of our pigs, and he says they're humongous, and which I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, I'm still. August is when I'm gonna process them, so they've still got a ways to go as well. So,
and I have more pigs for you coming. But about August, when you get rid of those, I go, guess what? I got more pigs for you. So, 30 pigs. I think we could probably find a couple of pigs for you.
Yeah, no, that sounds.
We'll get you back on
having pigs.
We'll get you back on schedule for this year.
Yeah.
Because we
I do.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying we were really late by delivering pigs to you, so this year will be dead on, right on time. So,
Well, no, that's perfect. It's nice to try at different times of the year. I also have a batch of meat birds going right now. I've got like 36. Started with 40. I've got 36. They're going to be processed the end of May. It'll be nice to get those gone. I got my seeds started, and tomatoes are big enough they're ready to go in the ground. I'm going to go ahead and do those. Peppers still have a ways. Not doing corn this year. I'm going to go ahead and fabric off the corn area. I'm not eating it right now. And
I wanted to do corn, but it's like the silly thing, this little health problem came along, and it's like, yeah, set me back. I'm pissed off about it, but I'm alive, so I guess I'm good. So, so tell me about this weird video I was watching from John Pearson with this new 3-wheeled tractor that you got.
That thing's nice.
It's like, So what inspired you to buy this new tractor? It's a used one, but it's kind of cool. I've never driven a 3-wheeled tractor.
Well, this is just a narrow front. It actually does have four wheels, but you can't hardly tell because the front two are real narrow, real tight together. But I drove down.
Can you see it out the window?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just I just watching you talk about it and look out the window. I was like, you can see that tractor right now.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead, show us. We can see it.
I don't know if you can. It's way out there by the little barn. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh yeah, a little red speck.
Little red speck. Yeah. Anyway, and there's those grody meat birds. Those meat birds are nasty. But
are they Cornish cross?
Yeah. Soulless.
It's a nice view out that window.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
That's a nice view out that window.
He's got a pretty property.
Yeah.
A couple trees. Not like North Carolina, but way better than that high desert.
Yep. I got a lot of grass though. I got a lot of grass coming in my fields.
Yeah.
Not like you guys, but
I was driving down the road with my grandson, and he said, "Oh, Papa, look at that tractor." And I hit my brakes, and it's like, I have no business buying it. I stopped to look at it. I don't have a plow to tow with it. My Kubota works fantastic, but God dang it, I'm gonna look into it. I got it for $2,200.
Wow.
And
what year is that?
Yeah. What the hell?
What year is that tractor?
1950.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I'd have bought that tractor. $2,200. I'd have bought that tractor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had an old 54 Jubilee for a while.
Yeah, I put it in my front yard just to look at. But
yeah. So John doesn't know it, but I've been competing with him because I can't keep up with the Pearsons. He's always one step ahead of me, and it's like, dang it! If I had been, taking a little time off, I probably could keep up with him. But he goes and buys this big old tractor, so it's like, crap! I need to get something. So me and Sherry went shopping, and we bought a new Kubota. Of course, it was side by side, but since I can't walk with a hoot, it's like I better get some better equipment. So we went and got a side by side, but it's brand new and it's pretty and all that. It's not as cool as your tractor though. But
no, I don't know. I'll trade you.
No. And I haven't got delivery of it yet because I'm held up by the windshield because I got some accessories with it. Hey, killer. Don't worry about her.
Yeah,
let her bark.
Those Kubotas, those are dandies, man. They're nice.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I've never had one before. I mean, I got a tractor, but anyway, one of the problems we're having over here is this, I go walk an acre out to darn property, and it's like by then I'm like exhausted. Yeah, and I got to use my walker. It looks pretty sad. So So anyway, so we thought we'd get the side by side, and I thought, we got to get one of these because I got to have something better than John.
Well, you win. Boom. There you go.
But I can't afford anything expensive.
Well,
Does it have like a dump? Damn it! Does it have a dump bed on the back?
What's that?
Does the side by side have a dump bed on the back?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
manual, but super easy to. Well, one thing I really liked about the Kubotas is the front and the back have inserts for a trailer hitch, and I thought definitely that was a big thumbs up for me. So, and I got the gas version, and it's only like 26 horsepower or something like that, but that's perfect for me and Sherry. But anyway, yeah. So we got get us a little bit more mobile. So anyway, and by the way, before I forget, I do want to make sure that our clients, all of our friends, all the people that watch us, you wouldn't believe in the last 5 weeks how people have been contacting us, telling us stories, telling us about their family stuff that's gone on with health issues and stuff, and all the nice good wishes to our family and stuff like that. And when I did the last video and I was asking people, hey guys, go ahead and start ordering at Central Oregon Grown. Oh my God, opened up a valve, and we got massive orders on Central Oregon Grown, and they were just doing it out of friendship and stuff. Anyway, so I want to take the time to make sure that we're very grateful for all the support and all the wishes and all the stories and stuff. It's just hard to imagine how many things we've heard stories about, and some are sad. Anything, and a lot of you guys also made us very thankful for letting us know that we're kind of recovering very quickly. And so I learned a lot about strokes, didn't know anything about strokes. And then I find out, oh my gosh, this is kind of a serious thing. So anyway, so thank you to you guys, and thank you to all of our listeners and all the nice comments and stuff. I want to make sure that definitely gets passed on to our listeners. So hey, thanks. And oh, by the way, John and Debbie, they were going to be in the show, but they have a family member that come over here, and they're loaning their trailer to their family friend over by the Chutes fairgrounds, so they can participate in something that they're involved in. And so, which was very nice of them, but they forgot that they had that obligation. So we got a note just before the show going, guess what? We screwed up. So they couldn't make it to the show tonight. So yeah, but they turned out to be very, very nice helpers during the last 5 weeks. So very grateful for them too. So anyway, enough gossip and stories and anything. So apples, what's going on with apples?
Well, my trees are they're all blossomed out. I haven't really done a survey on them yet to see how they did. Some got hit heavy with rain, and some I think are gonna do fantastic. I think it's gonna be kind of a hit miss. I mean, I'll definitely get enough apples, and the trees are looking good and all that. I don't know how my fruit set is just yet, but yeah, we'll find out here in another couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah. So all your apple trees, are they blossoming right now?
Some are, most have already.
Wow.
Most are done.
Yeah.
But I still have the late ones blossoming and stuff like that. My crab trees are still blooming, and a few out in the front yard are blooming, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure how the season's going to be yet.
So what do you do with crab trees?
Oh, the crab apples?
Yeah.
I put them into my cider.
Really?
Yep. I put them into my cider. They add some real good tannins to it. They're a little bit on the bitter side, but they add real good tannins to it. So I Yeah, there you can take them and make crab apple jam and stuff like that. I haven't done that.
Wow. I heard if you just didn't hang around and just play games all day, if you took time to plant apple trees in like North Carolina, I hear they really would do well over there.
They do.
You got over there, don't you, bud?
I got 2 apple trees. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sitting around playing games all day like you're leaning into.
So it's like I know you got a nice set. How many acres you got over there, Reb?
11 and a half, but
you can
about an acre. About an acre or so is wooded.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of pasture.
So that tells me there's a lot of room for apples.
There is. They're real proud of those little apple trees you buy online and have them shipped to your house too. They're real proud of it.
Yeah.
I had to move inside. The coyotes started up out there. I'm surprised you guys couldn't hear them, but Shane was going nuts.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good for shade.
Yeah, I didn't think about the coyotes.
So how old is Shane now? At least a year.
Shane is 2. He had a ham steak the other night. He celebrated being 2.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been told.
Yeah, he's doing good though. He's 100 pounds. So
wow.
he's a large boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's mine's a female, so mine is not that big. Great dog, but she's probably lucky to get 80 pounds.
Well, it might be because he eats 4 eggs a day like Rocky and then runs around, like he's fighting Apollo anytime soon,
Cool.
That might have something to do with it. He's shedding right now though. There's hair all over the farm.
Oh yeah. I mean it's like a trail. like
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's time, and it's just bundles of fur comes out of them. Like where did you get all that fur? So, and it happens. I think I'm not sure about your dog, but does yours blow its fur out twice a year, or just constantly?
Yeah, twice a year.
Yeah.
The rest of the time he's kind of stable.
Yeah. If you want to go,
Yeah.
I mean, you can pull fur out of your dog German Shepherd anytime, but bundles of it comes out during 2 times a year. Oh my God! Is there something wrong with you, dog?
Yeah,
Like,
you still look fine, but no, he's doing good. We lost one a couple weeks ago, a dog that we had like 16 years since the boys were in like junior high or something like that.
Yeah.
But we seen it coming. It's not like it was a surprise. So we're down to 3 dogs on the farm right now.
Well, I feel so bad.
But the two young ones inside are just maniacs all the time, just chaos running around you at all times.
Aren't they 2 terriers? That you
got? They're Jack Russell Terrier and Blue Heeler mix. So like a Blue Russell, I call them.
Yeah. And you don't have any dogs, do you, John?
No.
You're the only.
He needs a dog.
No,
Let's get him a dog.
Thing of it is, Mindy and I have had dogs. We're coming up. Actually, at the end of this month, we're celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
We've had dogs always. We've always had a dog. And when we moved here to Eugene, we just decided, you know what, we're gonna hold off. Of course, I tell myself that it's, hey, I don't have to find anybody to watch them if we go on a trip, or, we can just leave at a moment's notice, but we don't.
Yeah.
Wow. Aren't you worried about the apples escaping? You should get a dog, I think. The apples might get loose.
In case your apples herd up on you and run off.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Well,
stampede of apples. That would be just devastating.
I could get talked into a dog a lot easier than Mindy could. Mindy right now, she doesn't want a dog. Okay.
Yeah, because John's a big softie. So, I've seen it.
You're saying Mindy is not.
Mindy's not really hip on getting a dog. Like I said, we've had dogs constantly, and there's times when we had 3 dogs as well, or
Yeah.
she just doesn't want to do it. So she goes, you know what? You got your pigs, you got your birds, you got your this and that's fine. So we got barn cats. They're good.
I was kind of noticing, it's like, it must be because Rev's here, but we haven't got any comments.
Yeah, because I'm usually the one commenting.
Yeah, it's like we need to get somebody upset with us or something.
Oh,
I
we can do
figured
that.
this show we're all going to go, so is Rob is actually alive?
Boy, I tell you what, Rob, your speech never seemed like it got, you know what I mean? When you sent me, when that happened, you sent me that little voice message because you said it was hard to text. But you just listening to that made me feel so much better because Mindy's got a good friend down in California. She had a stroke and she got all her function back. That gal, can't talk, period.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
She knows what she wants to say, and it just won't happen. She is nonverbal.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like that was one of my first worries. Is like, obviously, being a pig farmer, I'm going, what the hell is going to happen to my farm? But having the walking was a big shocker. That's taking longer, but I had a little bit of slurring at first, but it was kind of loss of words. So I'd have to like try to figure out what the hell I wanted to say and kind of describe the word a little bit, and then finally pop back. But I still have a little bit of stuff where it's like hesitant, like trying to remember something, but it's all coming back, and so I'm so thankful, so thankful. I don't have any problem with vision. Don't have any trouble with my voice. Yeah, none of that got affected at all. So thank you. I talk to the Lord every day.
The biggest change in your life, Rob, is you had to get used to wearing them sweatpants.
Oh, I know, those are awful. So Sherry goes, gotta have clothes that are loose fitting and easy, and stuff, because you're always being checked by doctors and stuff. So she bought me some sweatpants. I'm going, these are terrible. It was awful. I got those as soon as I could start, manipulating my own clothing a little bit. I got rid of those really quick. Like I'm just not a. Give me blue jeans. Blue jeans, and that's definitely what I got on now. I'm definitely back to redneck. So, but I make it.
You should have got you a tracksuit, a nice tracksuit. You would have looked good in some.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyway, if for some reason anybody ever has questions about, the kind of stuff we went through, and I just lost my word. What the hell I just had? This is what happens. There's a little bit of hesitant on words. So whatever just happened to me 5 months ago, it's right at the tip of my tongue. See, this is what happens when you have a stroke. Stroke. Oh, I just said it. Stroke. This is the word I was looking for. Anyway, there is some interesting, things I learned about strokes, and then I've talked to some of you guys who are telling me stories about aunts and uncles and stuff, and like, damn, that was pretty scary. And if I did have surgery in my neck here too, by the way. So I guess you have 2 arteries in your neck that go straight to your brain, and those were 90% blocked. So otherwise, with a stroke, you could actually have a stroke, and actually it kind of blows up in your head, and you could really be screwed up. So I don't know, I'm sorry, screwed up, but that bad. Anyway, I think that's what kind of saved my ass a little bit. So that's what the surgery was, is they take these two arteries and clean them out. So I feel like I got a new lease on life here. So otherwise I would have had probably more brain damage. So thank God that happened, kind of. But so yeah, that's the story of that. But if you ever have questions about strokes, I can answer some of it, but I can tell you there's people out there that never recovered, and it's really sad. So, because I was in the hospital for a long time, and I'm watching all these stroke people going by, and they're really screwed up, and I feel so bad for them, and they're not recovering, and either they can't talk, or they can't even communicate, or they walking and stuff is like really scary. So I'm just looking at the ceiling every day back there. I'm going, thank you, God. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So what other good news do we have out there?
Come on, Rev, how's work?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's busy as anything. Summer's starting, so all the refrigeration is starting to act crappy. You know what I mean? So same story. I'm doing all right. We're doing all right.
You have to travel a lot still?
No, not anymore. Not since I changed the service.
Hmm.
I'm still doing that. So I'm just in the Winston-Salem, Greensboro area. Sometimes I go down to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I go over to Boone and something like that. But so I say I'm home most nights. You know what I mean? If I'm not on call.
Yeah. So
That's the thing to get used to.
Officially, with refrigeration, what do you do?
What do I do? Most of the time, what I do is I look for trouble, which I'm very good at. I trained for this job when I was young a lot.
You do that really good without refrigeration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm usually thawing out a case with hot water. I'm looking for clogged filters. Looking for compressors running out of pressure. There's a plethora of things that I do, but a lot of times what I do is I look for oncoming trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
what about you, John? What's exciting in the copper stripping world down there of electricians?
We're staying busy. We're clicking along. The shop that we're at, that I'm at, they've got service, residential, and commercial. We did have a bigger presence in industrial, and not as much anymore. But we're staying busy. There's lots of stuff going on. We're staying busy. We've got had a lot of people inside the office that have been hurt lately. They, knee surgeries and
that's
so I'm doing a lot of double duty and that kind of stuff. But it's staying busy, and we're clicking along okay.
I lost track of one of my meters here. Is like, how much time do we have in this podcast?
We're at 34 minutes.
Okay. I was like, I have a little thing I always have in front of me, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Either that or just a senior moment.
Hey, here's something, Rob. I do not want you ever to be a Boeing whistleblower. Okay.
That's why I left before it got really bad.
Since you worked at Boeing.
Oh. So, it's really funny. Is like one of my doctor's guy, he goes, what did you do before you retired? I said, I worked at Boeing. So he starts talking about everything about 787. So, and it's like, well, why do you think they're getting bad? And why quality? It's like, I didn't even want to comment because I have answers to the question. But I left at age 55, which was 2015. And it was, the workforce to me was already messed up anyway, but and then he goes, well, would you fly in a 737 or whatever? And I'm kind of like, well, I don't know.
Depends on the year.
So anyway, so it's like, well, I don't have to fly in airplanes that much anymore. So, but I would definitely be having second thoughts about it. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to be nice.
Pearson's got a flying one in August.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Gonna fly. Go see how the rest of the world lives on the good side of the tracks. So
That'll be fun.
Where are you going?
in August, Mindy and I are gonna fly over to North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You gonna try to catch up with John? I mean, with Rep?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah, I think that would be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, man, I'll take him to the lawnmower races. That's not a joke.
No, I figure that's a real thing over there.
Oh yeah, it's big time.
That still would be really cool to do that. Get especially learn a little bit about his area.
Oh no, absolutely. Mindy's got one of her best high school friends, Michelle lives over there, and they came and visited us last year, and they said, "Hey, you know what? We'd love for you to come out and see us and all that." And Rev had said that where we're going, probably about 50 minutes away or something like that from where he's at. And so yeah, I'm hoping we can hook up for sure.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
So
I'm still looking for my timer. Where did my timer go?
37 minutes.
Yeah, well, when I go, there's Jack. So Jack, by the way, if you look in the comments, he's just saying good evening, everybody. Anyway, he came up to our place and visited, and we got to see him a couple of times. And he always teased me about, I want to try some of your pork, and I was like doing all the research and trying to look into the costs and stuff. I'm going, this is ridiculous, probably to ship pork down where he lived, we're looking at $30-$40 just for like say 10 pounds or so. And it's like, so I kind of procrastinated. Anyway, when he came up here, it's like, well, I have all these freezer boxes and stuff. It's like, let's send them home with some stuff. So we did pack almost 10 pounds worth of pork for Jack to take home, and he drove straight from here, I think, from California to California. And so he got it home, and we put some freezer packs in, and we were kind of prepared to send stuff to him if we ever had to. Anyway, so we were very successful. Was it 26 pounds we sent you? Oh my gosh, that's good.
What? No wonder freezers are empty.
Yeah. Anyway, we're really glad to send some really good pork home to him. So we were successful. We got a lot of pork to him, and he's always been such a supporter of the show, and so I was just thrilled to death. And no, we didn't charge him anything. He's just because there was a great friendship and support and comments all the time on our show and stuff. So good person, and it was a good story. So I haven't read your notes here. I could be hearing that. Rob, you remember? Rob, it's been rumored that you're sporting a Tennessee Walker. All right, help me with that one. See what it was very delicious. So apparently we sent him good pork too. So that was a nice success story, and we're really happy that we got him filled up with pork. So, and now I'm getting low on pork. So it was really your walker. Oh, that's what you're talking about. My actual walker. So yeah, so unfortunately, I cannot wait till that's not in the picture anymore. So pretty soon, hopefully you guys say neener, you can't see my walker anymore. But yeah, so I
think a Tennessee Walker is a type of horse, and he was trying to make a farming and walker reference.
Yeah, I know, Jack. I was just trying to be nice that he wasn't insulting me. Yeah, I believe me, I've gotten almost every comment about that. But walking around with a walker, it's just like like Sherry's like, do you want to go to the grocery store? Hell no. It's like scooting around in a damn walker is like, this is stupid. I can walk a little bit, but I can't do the whole distance. But we're getting close. So hopefully it won't be long. But
Need you get your rascal.
with that, say
A
that again.
rascal, you know, the little scooters.
I know. I thought, wouldn't that be funny if I was scooting around in the stores and the little things with like I can't do it. I'd be
That'd be
doing.
nice.
I'd rather be in pain and actually do common sense decisions like that.
You know, I can make you a cooler one. One time I took an electric skateboard
I'm waiting for your song to come first.
you're waiting for what?
I'm waiting for the song you said you wrote for us.
I know I haven't been able to do much. I'm sitting here right now looking at my guitars and I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
at least I wrote the song. It's wrote.
Yeah, I
You know,
thought I'm gonna be famous. This is gonna be a hell of a really cool song and nothing.
and nothing.
You know, if he keeps that up, I'm gonna have a stroke.
So you took an electric skateboard. I was all dialed in on this electric
Oh,
skateboard.
Yeah. Go
I
back.
took and I strapped a beach chair to it, and it's just like a rascal. You just press a little button and you just whip right around the parking lot. I used to do it all the time when I lived on the beach. It was great. So that's what you need.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a real common sense toy to have.
It's very easy to drive.
I think I'll stick with a scooter.
We'll put your little tennis balls on the bottom of your walker, and you'll fit right in.
Having little cut tennis balls on my wheelchair and stuff. I'm going, that's it. Shoot me. Just can't take it anymore. So I get that ultimate question as what are you going to do with Maggie? And of course, that's a long story. So let me just tell the story real quick. Is I have this 400-pound pig that she's a big one, and John's, you've seen her.
Oh, yeah.
She's a big pig. Anyway, we ended up having to put her in one of our farrowing sheds because she was too small for a regular, what are those called? I don't know, we just had low houses out for the pigs that normal pigs could fit in, but not Maggie. So I ended up moving Maggie back to a big shelter, which is supposed to hold babies. Anyway, what happened is, so we got her moved over there, but we need to get her moved back to a regular shelter, but we got to build a bigger one. So this weekend and possibly next weekend, hoping with John and Debbie, we're going to be building some more shelters. And then I've got to move this giant 400-pound pig back into a smaller paddock. But really what I need is I need a processor. But this is kind of late in the summer and a lot of the processors are already booked. So I may not be able to get Maggie processed till fall. So yes, we still have Maggie. She's lost weight. She's actually looking really good. So now I'm having this second thoughts, but I didn't breed her because I thought maybe she was so heavy and stuff that it probably wouldn't be healthy. So we kind of like just made her a pet, but she's actually doing really well. And it's like, so we got to make the ultimate decision. Do we process her or do we put her back into the breeding? So we'll see. But she made her first time she made piglets. I think, John, I think you might have got some of her piglets.
Yeah, was Maggie's the first litter that you guys had, or was that Zelda, or do you remember?
She was the first litter.
So I got second litter.
Okay. Both those sets of litters were just giant pigs.
Oh man,
and very healthy, and they're almost like 10 piglets a piece that we got from them. So, so I'm hoping I get kind of the same thing this year, but we'll see. But I kind of have more specialized pigs this year, but so should be some real pretty pigs. But I don't know if I'll get sets of 10 piglets each. But that'd be really cool to have 30 pigs running around here this summer. But we already close to 15 piglets sold already. So
oh wow.
Yeah, thanks to you guys and all some other people around. It's like, I hope we have enough pigs. So anyway, and that's probably a good plug to make sure let people know that we have Central Oregon Grown where we sell our pork here. So if you want to try Idaho pasture pigs, just the individual steaks and stuff, we got them. Just go to centraloregongrown.com and just pick up one and see if you like it. If you want more later, just order what you want. But our prices are really good, and right now we're getting ready to switch our inventory to the next year. So we're putting a couple of things on sale right now. So come on over and check it out. We'd appreciate it, and you know help feed an old 63-year-old guy.
And get some gourmet pork in the process.
That's right. That's right. So I am blind here. I do not have my timer in front of me. So
this guy.
It's really weird. It's like I have this little thing. It blurs in front of me. It shows me everything is going on in the show, but what the timer is. And I have nothing reporting this stuff.
Let's not tell him anymore, John. Don't tell him anymore. Just let him suffer.
Did they go over?
Yeah.
Rob, we're at an hour and a half so far.
No way. You guys are gonna be kidding. I'm gonna go. I found a different timer I can look at. Okay, we're good. I'll use that one. Jeez. So we got 10 minutes.
There you go.
All right. So John, for pigs, what are you going to be doing this summer? Now that I told you I'm going to have more pigs for you.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm going to put the word out. You know, Chris, my son Chris, he lives about 25 miles from me. His next neighbor has a real nice 30-acre homestead, and he decided he was going to go with wanted to do some Idaho pasture pigs. I told him that you had some coming. Of course, he got all anxious and couldn't wait, and so he ended up getting some that were born in January.
Wow.
Anyway, just called today and said, "Hey, does that guy in Redmond have his pigs yet?" He goes, "I just lost one of my pigs today."
Oh,
so
wow.
I don't know. It got hot here today. We're in the low 80s.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
Still,
maybe it was a heat stroke seizure type thing. I don't think that's hot enough.
Bummer.
That's not hot enough for that.
Yeah, because we had a real good breeze. It's been windy here and stuff. But I don't know. He lost one of his pigs today. So
I have a sad story. It's like I didn't talk about it in the last video that much, but there's a guy named Jack Kennedy that takes care. He has excavators, so he can do bigger things than we can. Anyway, last week we had a lot of water, a lot of rain and stuff like that. And we found out our dogs were having a little fun over on the back 2 acres that we don't use that much. Turns out you may not like this story. This might gross a lot of people out, but you guys know we lost Sparky. So Sparky was a giant boar and he got buried right. We had the excavator come over and the whole thing. But another one we didn't talk that much about is we lost kind of a mid-sized pig, which was one of our feeders. We don't know why. It was really during winter. It was snowing. It was cold. It was anyway. So we just used our tractor to bury this pig. That was a pretty good size. I mean, he's probably over 50 pounds, probably 50 to 75 pounds. And anyway, so we're trying to bury this thing, and we had the tractor, and tractors don't dig in that well and stuff, but and it was freezing and the whole work. Anyway, so we got him covered. It was a really good job and all that, but it turns out about, maybe a couple of months later, we get this little message from the dogs like, we got a treat out here floating to the top of the water, to the ground. So apparently it came to the top because they kind of blowed out a little bit when breaking down a little bit. So we had kind of a gross scenario that had to be taken care of. Actually, last week is when we had that done. But I was a little surprised because I thought we had it buried pretty good. But Jack went out there and he was an excavator, and he actually redug it, and he actually put it in a new spot. And because he has good experience with burying people's horses and stuff like that. So it was nice to have him over, and he wasn't going to charge me, but we wanted to be charged because it was a yucky day and stuff. So anyway, so my little side
Gnarly.
story on the side was kind of gross, but at the same time, it is what it is. When you own a homestead, you never know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah.
So did the dogs need baths? Let's just put it that way.
Of course, yeah, they're kind of trying to roll it in and stuff. Yeah. It's the golden retrievers are just jerks. But the German Shepherd was kind of a culprit too. But the golden retrievers, if there's something icky, they will roll in it. But I think they're such beautiful dogs. But they come home and they go, "What the hell do you smell like?" Ew. Really a lot of baths. But yeah, so that was our excitement. Some of our excitement we don't tell everybody about because it's like, those are kind of stories like, we don't want to hear about that, or you're cruel, or you don't know how to take care of pigs and stuff. It's like pigs die. You guys may all know that. And
the internet doesn't need to know everything.
Yeah. And I also want to do a video. I don't know if you guys really, I don't know if you see it that much, but when you're breeding pigs and stuff, it's really and the reason I want to say that is there's a show called Clarkston Farm. Have you ever seen that on Netflix? No, it's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon. But it's their third year, and about a guy, Clarkston. He's a race car driver or something. Anyway, he bought 1,000-acre farm, and he's telling stories about his new farm, and it's actually very heartbreaking, some of the stories he was telling. But one of the things is that he went into pigs this year, and he's done probably one of the best farms that have described what it's like to have piglets. Trying to raise your own piglets, because it's heartbreaking. Because you guys all know piglets are adorable. And mothers will roll on them, or sometimes they don't get full size. There's a lot of heartbreak. You could lose a lot of piglets, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad breeder. It's just every batch is different. And so my last year, I only had 3 piglets born, and I was devastated because I lost 5, and this time I could have up to 30, and I could lose or not even have that many and stuff. So I do want to put the message out there that pig breeders are hardy people. And when they realize that they're going to lose, you could lose 50% of your piglets or litters. And nothing could be wrong. It's just because of the conditions or weather or whatever it is. So I just realized I never did a video really when during that heartbreaking time, especially the first 3 days when piglets are born. You can go out there and think everything's great, and then the next day find 3 pigs dead, and it's heartbreaking. And so anyway, I don't know why I feel like I need to do a film like that, but I want to try to capture some of the stress that's involved when you're having piglets. I think you had Rev, didn't you? Piglets have some pigs.
Yeah, I've had piglets. Yeah, and it can be heartbreaking.
Yeah. I think you're
because we had a
but it's just a hard thing to do, to breed pigs. And sometimes sometimes all of them are successful, and you have tons of pigs like crazy, and you don't know what to do with them all. And then the next set you go, crap, what am I gonna do? I got 2 pigs here. But so anyway, so I'm kind of interested to see what the summer looks. We've worked really hard at having our pigs super healthy, super taken care of, gave them good, and plus the pigs that we are breeding are top notch. So we're hoping to see a really good turnout. But Anyway, at this time, I put that 2 cents in for pig breeders. So
when you did yours, see, I had a buddy that had piglets, and he had somebody come over to help castrate them. They lost 2 from castration.
wow.
And one of them was almost instantaneous, and the other one was from infection. And I mean, it's a tough gig. I it is. And Rev, didn't you say that with your pigs that was part of the toughness of having piglets, or was there?
Yeah, just the castration itself, like we weren't ready for that. We weren't ready for having to cut an animal and have him live after he's cut. You know what I mean? That's surgery to me. You know what I mean? So we had to have somebody else do it, but we lost a couple to infection. You know that it's just heartbreaking. You know, but it's all worth it when you do have pigs that you grow all the way out. You know, to freezer camp. It makes it worth it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, some of the times, you know, I just stare at my wife. I'm like, I mean, what do we do? There's only one thing to do. You know what I mean? And it sucks. You know.
Yep, that's
So
heartbreaking.
it can be that way. Yeah.
I was just kind of looking off the side here. I'm going, Jack's been doing really good about telling me what time it is.
Way to go, Jack.
Yeah, he's keeping me. He's like, you got 10 minutes or whatever. It looks like actually I'm down to 3 minutes. So, but anyway, one has been a great show. I'm really give me a chance to put more in-depth questions to having you two on, because we always have John and Debbie on there, and we're all just joking all the time and stuff. So it's a little bit more of a serious show, and I appreciate it. And once again, I want to say thank you to all the people that were supporting us during our health battles here, but all is well, is positive. I think the only question is that comes on is you're getting better and stuff. The doctors say, well, you know, you could die next week. It's like, wait, I worked all this hard to get really healthy. It's like, because they put a big emphasis like, well, you don't want to get a stroke again. It's like, obviously, but how do you prevent it? It's like, they can't guarantee anything. So it is what it is, I guess. So I'm going to try to make it at least 80 or 90. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Yeah. So
that'll work.
But I'm going to go ahead and just start wrapping up the show. But thank you very much, guys. I was the whole time here for now. I'm going, who's this guy in the top right? You know, it's like we've never seen him in the light like this. It's like we got this stranger on the show. But anyway, nice.
I'll try not to let it happen again.
No, we like you. So really appreciate having Rev here. John, of course. I got to put in a special note for you is they came over here to help John and Debbie with their pigs when they're trying to load. They got rid of Ardkin and the breeders. Anyway, John made it, and the son also. Both of them came over here and they wanted to come visit us, which we really weren't accepting visitors. But when it was John, it was like, yeah. So that we had a nice visit. I felt like I wanted to make sure to kind of get your questions fulfilled, so you just like find out your friend wasn't devastated. Your friend's gonna live through all this. So anyway, very thankful for your visit, and yeah. So anything that we find out that's newsworthy, we'll let you know. But so far, it's all positive, and everybody's wishes from the internet and stuff, all this. And making sure that my show doesn't go over time. We appreciate it. We really appreciate Jack. It was really nice to see him. I'm glad he visited me before I went to the hospital. So anyway, so it's all good. We're moving forward. Got a little ways to go, and hopefully we can get more podcasts in and get more shows out there. So anyway, summer's coming. Everybody's got their farms going. John, you got to get apples going. And I'm going to hold you to get just give me one bottle. Just one bottle.
That's not going to be a problem. That's not okay.
This cider is your apple cider was amazing. So I'm looking forward to finagling a bottle from you somehow enough. So a little trading or something, we'll pull something off. But you're getting pretty good at your new talent there.
Well, it's just apple juice. What God does with it is up to God.
That's why we praise God. So anyway, guys, with that note, thank you very much for watching our show. Thank you for all the best wishes. And John and Debbie, I hope everything's going good with the trailer fiasco that they're going through right now. But it's all good friends. And hopefully we'll have another podcast for everybody soon. So anyway, I'm not going to commit to anything right now. You never know, doctor's appointments or something. But anyway, guys, take it easy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. So bye, everybody. Oh, of course, I forgot to push the button, didn't I?
He forgot.
Rev, I'm totally out of sync because you're not
graphics, man.
Right, man. You get the graphics going.
RangerRob, country living.